Well, hello beautiful people and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm helping you who wants to get into the beauty industry, specifically wanting to start a salon. You want to understand how the industry works and you also want to prepare yourself so that you can be able to start your very own salon. This is who I'm going to be assisting in this video. My name is Thandisa Mahe and I talk all things relating to business, making money and the family life. Now, let us get right into it. But before we do, I want to say thank you so much to everyone who has come back and subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much for your support. And if you are a new person, welcome and consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so that you know when we put out new videos. Let's begin. The first thing that you need to answer as you're deciding to start your salon is what kind or type of clients are you going to be serving? Are you going to be offering services to men only, women only, unisex, children? Are you going to be focusing on a salon that is going to cater for everyone, or are you going to be focusing on a specific, gender only? What you also need to answer in coming up with, a response to this question, you also need to answer who exactly are you targeting in terms of financial brackets. Other people are high-end exclusive clients. Other people are budget baddies, people who still want to look good but on a budget. Other people are literally professionals or people who work in the corporate space. So answering this first question is going to influence your decisions on the other steps that I'm going to be taking you through as you're wanting to start this salon. If you are not able to have clarity in terms of answering this question, the type of customers that you're going to be targeting, you are going to have a struggle when it comes to everything else. Or what you will find is you will have a salon that is misaligned to the type of customers that you are actually looking for. Number two, you need to answer the question of place. When I talk about place, I mean that where do you think that your salon should be located so that you can be able to easily reach the people that you are targeting? Are you hoping to have a salon in a high-end classy mall or in a high-end luxurious area? Or are you hoping to have it in a very standard, easily accessible area that is targeting people who are having a bit of a budgeting issue? They want to look good but on a budget. Or are you going to be looking for an office park, hoping to service people that are in the professional and corporate space? So you need to answer the place. Where do you want to set up your salon? Other options in this space is you could decide to start your salon by purchasing an old used container, or you could actually decide to go the route of renting. Maybe rentals could range from anything, anything from 5,000 to 30,000, 40,000. That's the renting space every month. And in that route, you'll actually need to sign a contract, and there's some evidence that you need to provide to say you can be able to pay this money every single month. Because as a real estate agent or as someone who is leasing my property, I want to ensure that I'm going to be receiving income on a consistent basis, which is on a monthly basis. If you go the route of taking out a container, you can actually be able to customize it, paint it, upgrade it, do with it what you want, but at the same time having spent like an upfront fee or spent like money upfront, and then that's where it literally ends. But obviously you'll have challenges with space in that approach. But also I think it depends in terms of what size of salon you actually want to have. I also know that you can be able to get like a used container for around 20,000 here in South Africa. I'm talking a 12 meters type of container, and then upgrade it to what you want. I think it really depends on who you are targeting, and also the location is going to kind of like the area that you want your salon to be in is going to kind of influence how you structure the actual place where you are going to be starting or setting up your salon. Number three, you need to address this question. What do customers need? Okay. If you're not able to address exactly what the customer wants when they walk into your salon, you are not going to be able to offer services that are tailored to meet your customer at their point of need, which will in turn give you a huge problem. If you're not able to do that, you're going to have a huge problem. And if you're able to do that, like when you converge where your business and your customers' needs meet, that's where you make a lot of money. That's where you have a sustainable business. That is where you have recurring business. That is where you can be able to have a business that can be established, like that could fully function and support you and your family and your dreams. Okay. So when I talk about what do customers actually need, this is what I mean. I'm going to make a couple of examples looking at the 3 categories I had talked about earlier in terms of who you'd be targeting. So when it comes to your high-end clients, this is what they need. They're looking for a luxurious atmosphere. This is high-end, okay? They're looking for a luxurious atmosphere when they go into a salon. They're looking for high skill, okay? They're looking for you to actually hire experts in the field, because with high-end clients, there is no room for mistakes, really, because they're going to pay, okay? They're also looking for exclusive service. You need to give them exclusive service. This is what they need. The other thing they need is exclusive products, premium products. And they're also looking for privacy. This is what they need. So your salon, if you're targeting high end, needs to address these areas, because this is what your customer needs. When it comes to professionals or people in the corporate space, like working moms, working dads, people who are corporate, people who are professionals, they are looking for convenience. They're looking for distance. They don't have time. How long is it going to take for them to move from where they are right to the salon and back to work? Things like that. They're looking for prompt service. Remember, I said they do not have time. They are on a schedule most of the time, so they need prompt service. They can't be sitting there for 3 hours waiting for service. They also need, obviously, high quality service, but they also need certain amenities, like having Wi-Fi access would also be appealing, because while they're sitting there, they're able to look at their emails. They obviously do have their own personal connections, but I think it would be nice to have that kind of a feature in the salon that they go to. Now let's address budget baddies, or people who are looking or who are hoping to look good, go to a salon, look good, but on a budget. The first thing they need is value for money. They need affordability. That's why they are on a budget. So they need to be able to get a good look, but having to spend as little money as possible. So they're looking for affordability. That is what they need. They're looking for specials. They're looking for discounts. They're looking for value for their money. Good quality, but at low cost. So this is what you need to address for them. All these 3 different categories of customers that you might be, looking to serve need to have all their needs met. They need you to meet their needs. It's important to keep that in mind. Number 4, let's talk about the setup costs of a salon. There are basic things that you need to, think about, strategize around, plan for in terms of startup costs. Now, I'm talking to someone who hasn't started in this regard. And in this instance, I'm talking about someone who hasn't started, who's thinking about starting. So you're thinking in your mind, there are certain costs that I need to cover, but which are those? So I'm going to be starting and talking about those. So obviously, you need to have an expense or a cost that caters to the place. So either you're going for a rent, or you're buying a container, or you're buying a property. The first cost is a place. That is what you need to firstly address. Second one is furniture and equipment, the things that you need inside the actual salon for it to function. Things like chairs, mirrors, sinks, dryers, trolleys, mirrors I mentioned. That kind of equipment is what you will need internally within your salon. You need to also factor costs that relate to that into your business. You also need to take care of products. That is basically the products that you're going to be using, your relaxers, your shampoos, your conditioners, whatever products are used in a salon, all those things that you're going to be making use of, the gloves, the uniforms, the perms, the sprays, a lot, okay? But you need to take care of that as well. The important one that you must not forget is decor and ambience, okay? You need to create a certain atmosphere as related to the kind of target market you are going for. The target customers that you are going for, they need to feel a certain way when they get into the salon. This is created with decor ambiance, lighting, the flooring, the type of textures that you use, the colors, those all mean different things. They speak differently to the different categories of customers that you are targeting. The other one that you need to take care of as a cost is insurance. Please make sure that you have, even if it's entry-level insurance, because a lot of things can go wrong in a salon and you could get sued and you could get into trouble. So at least you need to have a backup plan to say, okay, this is how I'm going to handle things should like mistakes happen, you know? Obviously, you need to keep that in mind. And then utilities, water, electricity, salaries, all those other expenses you also need to factor, like stationery if you work with it, access to the internet, things like that. These are all the startup costs that you need to cater for when you are starting your business. Let's answer question number 5. How much do I need to start? Now, the interesting thing with salons, based on what it is that you're trying to do and the market that you're trying to appeal to, you need to, understand that it could vary. It could literally vary. A person can start a salon with as little as 50,000 Rand in South Africa. But you can also start a salon with 200,000 Rand. You could also go franchising route and pay like 500,000 to buy a franchise and start in that way. So it literally varies. I think you can start a salon with any amount of money that you have, because you can also just, start from your house, your home, clean out your garage. There are literally many different options that you can go for. And it does not need to be expensive and out of reach. Work with what you have, work with where you are. You are going to build from where you are to where you'd like to be. Remember, Rome was not built in one day, okay? One step at a time. And the last question, which is one that was mostly asked, is how to get customers. Now, I know that other people are starting out in the salon business. Other people are offering services. They don't have a fully fledged salon, but they're offering the services that you'd find in a salon. And they've been asking me questions around how to get customers in this space. And I'm going to address it with this question. How do you get customers if you have a salon or you have a business that is offering salon related services? These are some of the things that you can actually implement. I think the first thing that I want to say is that there is no overnight customer acquisition strategy, guys. Every single thing that I tell you, you need to sit down, think about it, integrate it into your business, strategize how you're going to do that, plan and work hard to implement it. And that is where it's going to be effective. If you don't implement the strategies that we put out in these videos, then obviously you're not going to see the results. But these things work, but you need to also put in the work. Okay. Yes. Let us begin here. I don't understand sometimes how, as businesses or entrepreneurs, we do not get the importance of pain point identification. Guys, any strategy that has got to do with finding a customer or going to look for a customer begins with pain point identification. If you want me to help you identify pain points for your business, drop me down in the comment section and say, Tandy, this is the business I have. Please help me with identifying pain points in this area. I'm going to try and do that for as many of you as possible. Okay, good. Now, pain point identification is literally putting yourself in the shoes of the customer, understanding the customer's story, understanding the customer's challenges, troubles, problems, pains. That's basically it. Because if you don't understand the pain points of the customer, you cannot tailor your service or your product to meet the pains, address the pains, the problems, the challenges, the issues that the client is facing. And when you are reaching out and looking for new customers, in order for a person to stop scrolling, in order for a person to pay attention, you need to be speaking to them. Unfortunately, customers are selfish, guys. We need to understand that. Customers are selfish. A customer doesn't really care about you. They actually care about themselves. They care about themselves. So your strategy needs to be, I am here to give you what you're selfishly looking for. What are you selfishly looking for? I have in my space. Come here into my space. So you need to have like a call when you're talking to customers. And the call that will actually make sense is a call that speaks to their pain points, problem areas, challenges, issues, stressful, what is stressing them out, and your business needs to solve that stress, okay? Because no one wants stress. I'm talking about a salon business. So in that space, pain points, let me give you a couple of pain points that you can think about and work with in the salon space. The first pain is long waiting hours. That is a huge pain that people are experiencing in the salon space. Long waiting hours. Any person that you say to, I can do your hair in a split second. They will stop, they will listen, because they are so bored of having to go to salons and sit there for 5 hours before they actually get their hair done. I know that we're thinking that people are used to it and they're accustomed to it, but if you can work at your model, at your business model and your offering to be able to address that issue, then you'll fly. You will fly. You will actually fly, okay, like a bird. The second issue, which is actually a pain, is distance. Sometimes people are not able to get a salon or that kind of a service closest to where they stay or closest to where they are in the office, things like that. So when you look at the pain of distance as well, how do I resolve the issue of distance? Like people having to travel a long distance to get to where they can be able to get their hair done properly. That's another pain. Booking flexibility is another huge pain that is people, especially in this current day and age. In 2024, people are still looking for convenience, and it's really booming. And I think with having experienced the pandemic and the challenges that came with it, and having to stay at home and having to do, it introduced a whole world of other options that people can explore when it comes to convenience, creating convenience. So I think that when you can be able to offer booking flexibility for customers, you actually be addressing a problem, a pain that customers who make use of salons and their services actually face, which is the pain of actually not being able to book, the pain of not having like flexible booking procedures and processes that one can be able to follow when they're engaging with salons. All right? Can we talk about poor communication? This is another pain. People in salons have got the most not so good communication. It's bad in that area. It's really bad, and it's painful, especially for people that are in the high end and corporate or professional space. I don't think it's fair even for people who are working with budgets. Why can we not communicate better as salons or people in the space? This is a pain that our customers are facing in this area. Let's fix it. This one is a bad one, an uncomfortable environment. I know personally there is in my area, in my town. I'm in Queenstown. In Queenstown, there are a couple of people that actually offer different salon-related services. And I do not even, okay, let me put this correctly. There are those I prefer to go to just because of their environment, just because they're welcoming, just because they're going to talk to me, just because they're sweet, their spirit is like welcoming and accommodative. And they're not necessarily the best. But when you go to the best, you feel like you lost. Like you feel like oh my gosh. So now, as a customer, I have to weigh my options. Which one is more important to me? Getting the highest quality or being in the best environment? And for me, being in the best environment will beat highest quality any day. That's for me. That's my personal preference. People are different though. Others will not care about the environment, but really, 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 I think an environment that is welcoming and comfortable and just amazing causes you to want to come here over and over and want to recommend this place all the time. I don't know, but I think the environment, we need to spend time in the environment, because I think other people get pained by an environment that is not accommodative, conducive, and fun to be around and welcoming. Another thing while I'm talking about this is the fact that people have got attitudes. Like, I don't understand how you can work with people and have a sad, sour, terrible attitude. You can't have that. You cannot do that in business. You cannot do that. You get that the person is sour like a lemon, like they've been sucking on lemons the whole day. And you are there. And when you're thinking about a salon space, it's very therapeutic. For me, I go there for therapy, guys. It's therapeutic. So how can I now go to a place where I'm seeking therapy and actually be encountered by a person who's just, making me no, it doesn't work like that. The last one that I'm going to talk about, which is a pain point, is hair damage. Customers of salons have got a problem with how to handle their hair, how to, manage their hair that's damaged, how to make sure that, they are taking care of their hair. They don't really know what to do. So if you can also address that pain point and say, okay, in my salon, I am actually able to help you walk with the journey with your hair and teach you and train you and give you strategies. We test it out. This works, this doesn't work. We improve on it until you have the kind of hair that you are looking for. I'm talking now about natural hair. I'm still answering the question how to get customers, right? So the second thing that you need to do as you are embarking on a journey to get customers is to offer specials, to offer promotions, to offer discounts. I think this works across the board. It doesn't really matter which, obviously high-end people don't really care about that, but maybe for them you could do something like a membership, something like that. But for budget baddies and for people in the professional space, in the corporate space, they will come to any place that will give them what they're looking for at a discounted price when there's specials. Also, be careful that you keep traffic in the door when you are having a salon. And keeping traffic in the door might mean that doing periodic discounts. That's, that will help to have new traffic come in at times. Number 3, which is, I'm talking now number 3 under how to get customers into your salon, is you need to also consider doing partnerships with other businesses that you feel have the type of customers that you are targeting. Stop working alone in a silo. Work with other people. Have partnerships. Like, for an example, if you know that your customers like going to a certain shop, go to that shop and have a conversation with them, pitch to them that you'd like to work with them. This is what is going to be in it for them in the deal. And then this is what you're requesting, just maybe to put a poster or do handouts or put like a board or a pull-up banner or something like that, whatever. Obviously, the arrangement will vary from type of business to type of business, or, type of partner to type of partner. But look at leveraging partnerships so that you're able to pull the kind of customers that you are looking for towards the direction of your salon. The last one I'm going to address or talk about is or under how to get customers into your salon is using social media. I will always advocate for the use of social media because I have seen it in myself. I've seen it in my business. I've experienced it firsthand. It's really amazing. But I think the challenge is we don't know how to use it. And I'm going to talk about that. If you want me to talk about that, please drop me a comment in the comment section and tell me, Tandy, please cover this area as well as to how we can be able to use social media to advance our businesses the correct way. There's a correct way of doing this thing so that you can win. Okay. Number 1, when it comes to social media, make sure that you're showcasing your work. Show your work. Show your work. Preferably videos. Even good quality pictures, but more try your strategy to focus on videos and photos. On some platforms, photos work better, but generally, all platforms still like videos, okay? Don't forget to engage with your audience. Please periodically engage with your audience. Answer their questions, respond to their comments, react. There must be engagements. There must be engagement with your audience. Do not be afraid to ask questions. Ask as many questions as you possibly can when you are actually engaging with your audience on social media. Do things like polls because you want to find out what it is that they want so that you can give them what they actually want. Do a lot of before and after videos, but make sure you get consent. There's a POPI Act right now. You want to get consent. So request your clients, can I be able to do this? But also read situations, okay? Read situations. Tell their customers that I would like to showcase my work. Do you mind if I, take some pictures of you or a video as I work and things like that? Make sure you get consent, guys. Get consent, okay? Good. This is a gem. Tell stories of how to fix hair, how to get your hair right, how to grow hair, how to resolve the problem or the pain of not having, good hair. So if you do videos that talk about or tell stories that relate to how I can be able to maintain my hair, grow my hair, make it look better, there is your gem on social media. That's your gem. That's your gem. Okay, use that gem. Also, another thing that I want to mention is create online booking systems. Have booking systems, integrate booking into your system, an ability to book people into your salon. Actually, I've yet to see or experience a salon that is run purely by bookings. And I think it would be so amazing, hey, where you literally give people times or allow people to go on maybe an app or a booking website or system and just say, I'd like to come in at 9:30, and they're able to see on a calendar this time slots and things like that and slot themselves in, and then maybe you contact them and confirm payments and maybe they book with a deposit, I don't know, but where the whole thing is managed with bookings. I think clients would appreciate that a whole lot. Okay. And lastly, before I close, make sure that you do a rebooking for clients. Rebooking is like, so when a client comes in to do their hair now, ask them before they leave, so when should I slot you in again for next time, so that you don't have to wait, so that you can kind of create continuous business in a strategic way. No? Otherwise, guys, that is all I have time for today when it comes to assisting you to actually start your salon business and get customers for your salon business. If you've got questions, drop them down in the comment section. Don't forget to follow, rather subscribe and press the notification bell so that you're kept abreast of when we put out new content. Until next time, stay absolutely blessed.